Hey everybody, this is Matt and I'm making a new Pokemon TCG video. In this video I'm going to talk about the upcoming new Pokemon TCG mechanic, Pokemon-GX. What are Pokemon-GX? What do they do? How do they play? This video will break that down. So with the new Pokemon video game Sun and Moon releasing in a little over a week from now, there will inevitably be a Pokemon TCG set based on the new games. In fact, the set has already been announced and multiple cards have been shown from it. The set is called Sun and Moon, no surprise there, and will be releasing in Japan on December 9th and releasing outside of Japan on February 3rd of next year. The set will include cards for all kinds of new Pokemon and will include a new type of Pokemon card, a Pokemon-GX. GX sounds a lot like EX, and if you've been playing the game for a little while, you'll see a lot of similarities between the two of them. Pokemon-GX are Pokemon cards that have a ton of hit points, but when KO'd reward the opponent with 2 prize cards. In that way, they are similar to EXs. Where GXs stand out is that they aren't limited to just basic Pokemon. GXs can be basic, Stage 1, or even Stage 2. And because they all have a ton of hit points, it means the higher stage GXs have even more hit points. So while the average basic EX has 170 to 180 hit points, the average basic GX has around 190 hit points. The average stage 1 GX has around 200 to 210 hit points, and the average stage 2 GX has around 240 to 250 hit points. For a while, Wailord EX was the top dog HP-wise, but he's not any longer. In a way, a Stage 1 GX is like a Mega Evolution for an EX, but the main difference with GXs is that the stages before it are not GXs. So for example, an Incineroar GX would evolve from a Torracat, which evolves from a Litten. What will be interesting to see is if Stage 1 and Stage 2 GXs will be able to set up quick enough, or if their weaker pre-evolutions will get targeted and KO'd before the higher HP GX can get in play. If it's a grass-type Pokemon, the Forest the Giant Plant Stadium will help out a lot, allowing them to evolve as soon as they are in play, bypassing the normal one-turn rule. Perhaps using the Wally supporter for Stage 1s and the Rare Candy item for Stage 2s will work decently. Personally, I'm happy to see GXs be evolutions, because I feel that basics have been dominant in the game for too many years, and I like to see the game head a little bit more in the direction of decks that take time to set up. Basic GXs will still be quick to set up, but Evolution GXs will have even more hit points and damage that can be competitive with them. The last main mechanic of the GXs are the GX attacks. They appear as the last attack on a GX card with highlighting around them, often with a special name ending with GX, like Ice Beam GX. GX attacks have varying effects and damage values, but the main mechanic is that a player can only use one GX attack per game. From Japanese images, it seems some of their products will come with a GX token that the player can toss aside to indicate their once per game GX attack use. We'll likely need some way to keep track of it in English too. GX attacks are a really interesting mechanic. Once per game attacks need to have a really good effect on the game to warrant their use. Looking at some GX attacks, they seem to be very strong. Like Snorlax GX's Pulverizing Pancake GX attack does 210 damage and puts himself to sleep. That 210 damage will KO so many things. Some GX attacks are not as strong. Primarina GX's Grand Echo GX attack heals all damage from each of your Pokemon. Not saying it isn't useful, but it's not dealing any damage to the opponent's Pokemon. So GX attacks can kinda hit or miss, which isn't a new concept in trading card games. Some cards will be better than others. I guess the last thing I want to point out is how it's going to be a little weird when the Sun and Moon set gets released, because there will be a lot of cards that reference Pokemon EXs that won't affect Pokemon GXs. I'm sure 2 years down the road when all the non-Sun and Moon cards are rotated out of standard, it won't be an issue. But I think for the time being, it'll be a little weird having both types of cards played together. So that was the breakdown for the upcoming new Pokemon GXs. It's an interesting new mechanic that I think will be more fun to play than the current EX stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing what Pokemon get GX forms and what GX attacks they get. And I must say that the art on the GXs is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. They are absolutely stunning. Even if you don't play them, they are definitely worth collecting. I hope you learned something about Pokemon-GXs by watching this video, and I hope you had fun. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video and support this channel. Have a great time playing Pokemon TCG in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.